Breaking down the numbers on the coronavirus. We have an update on the cases across the nation this morning, plus the latest on the patients who have recovered from the illness.
Joe Biden keeping his momentum going, winning 4 more states. We break down the numbers as he and Bernie Sanders vie for the Democratic presidential nomination.
Developing overnight, a shooting in Beaumont over a business dealing. What police know so far about the incident that sent a man to the hospital.
You're watching Daybreak on 12 News.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to 12 News Daybreak. I'm Tracy Kennick.
Good to see you here with us. I'm Vanessa Broussard.
And good morning. I'm meteorologist Jeff Gerber. The fog to deal with this morning. Dense fog advisory right now through mid-morning for Jefferson and Orange counties. And you can see around the triangle, that's where we're seeing the lowest visibilities right now. About 3/10 of a mile through Beaumont and Port Arthur, about half a mile visibility over towards the Orange area. A little bit better up towards the lakes. Jasper, a little over a mile visibility there. Our forecast today calling for temperatures starting off in the 60s, lower 60s to middle 60s, and then we'll jump up into the upper 70s, lower 80s through the afternoon as the fog breaks up and we see some sunshine today with south winds at 5 to 10. Should be a nice, warm, humid afternoon. Looks like the forecast is going to remain dry. It looks like through Saturday right now. We'll have a look at your 7-day coming up in just a little bit.
Here are 3 things you need to know about the coronavirus this Wednesday morning. First up, Johns Hopkins University has now confirmed that there are over 1,000 cases in the U.S., with 267 of those in Washington state. The confirmed number of those infected with the virus has doubled within the last 3 days. It's important to note, though, that this is all due to an increase in available testing. Also, there are now 18 total confirmed coronavirus cases in the state of Texas. Montgomery County announced its first case yesterday, bringing the total in the Houston area to 13. 4 cases have been confirmed in North Texas and 1 in Longview, that's near Tyler.
Passengers from the Grand Princess cruise ship who have been quarantined arrived at Lackland Air Force Base in San Antonio last night. They had previously been circling off the coast of California. 21 people aboard the ship tested positive for the virus, and 6 people on the ship died.
Happening today, Vice President Mike Pence will meet with hospital and health system industry leaders. This is just the latest of coronavirus-related meetings for the Vice President, as he has led the country's effort against the spread of COVID-19. This meeting is scheduled for noon at the White House.
Governor Greg Abbott asking health insurance providers to waive the costs associated with the coronavirus. In an effort to make sure no one is denied access to care, Governor Abbott and the Texas Department of Insurance are asking the cost of testing and diagnosis to be free. The governor says a number of insurers have already signed on waiving the cost of all testing that's medically necessary. He says more insurers will be announced in the coming days.
The coronavirus is impacting events, festivals, and now even schools. Internationally, some schools have had to shut down because of the concern.
As Kate Sauter reports, now universities in the U.S., even here in Texas, are taking extra precautions.
Harvard University, Texas A&M, and Stanford are all now on the list of schools that are changing their schedules because of the coronavirus. So far, there are 49 American colleges and universities that are canceling some or all in-person classes. Some of the Ivy Leagues include Harvard, Columbia, and even Princeton University. Now in the South, Rice University, Florida University, and Vanderbilt University have all made changes. Now closer to home, Texas A&M University announced yesterday that it will delay classes for 2 days after spring break. A&M says it's to allow for planning and logistics. Now over to the University of Texas. They're preparing a contingency plan in case it decides to switch to all online courses only. And then over at Texas State University, a petition has been started that's asking the school to move to online courses only after spring break. But this isn't just in the U.S. According to the United Nations, 16 countries have all closed their schools because of the coronavirus. Kate Sauter, 12 News.
Online and on our app, you can get more information on the coronavirus and what measures the CDC is taking to confirm test results by texting the word virus to 409-838-1212. We'll keep you up to date while working to spread the facts, not fear. Now here's Vanessa with your Morning Rush.
2 Newton County families grieving this morning after an accident left 2 teenagers dead. That accident happened on the eastbound lanes of Highway 63. They say the car was going at a high rate of speed when the driver lost control and struck a guardrail. Authorities identified the victims as 18-year-old Terrence Hunter and 16-year-old Dwight Fowler. That crash remains under investigation. Testimony continues today in the murder trial of 37-year-old Dion Lenoir. Lenoir is charged with murdering Pamela Thibodeau in a drive-by shooting in Beaumont last April. Prosecutors say DNA evidence will link Lenoir to the car used in the shooting. According to our records, Thibodeau's daughter was pregnant with his child at the time. Prosecutors say the shooting stemmed from an argument over the baby. Police in Nederland are still searching for this man after he didn't show up for work. 60-year-old John Eagleson was last seen on March 6th. He may be driving a gray 2013 Ford Escape, police say, with the license plate number LGK0148. As of now, police do not believe he has been harmed. If you have any information on his whereabouts, call police. Take a look at this home surveillance video now. It shows the terrifying moments 2 gunmen burst into a Houston home. 8 children were inside the time, ranging from ages 1 to 17. Some of them hid, but not the 2-year-old. The little boy rushed towards the bad guys, pushing them and then hitting them with his toy shovel. In the end, the gunman only walked away with a wallet and cell phones. Dick's Sporting Goods is removing firearms and hunting departments from 440 more stores. The company's chief executive has been a staunch advocate of stricter gun control measures since the mass shooting at a Parkland, Florida high school, which left 17 people dead. The company has not announced which stores will be affected. And that's your Morning Rush. Let's check in with Rachel now.
6 states and 365 delegates were up for grabs for the Democratic presidential candidates. After a strong performance last night, former Vice President Joe Biden has become the clear frontrunner in the race. Joe Biden won 4 out of the 6 primaries, including the night's biggest prize, Michigan. Biden also won Missouri, Mississippi, and Idaho. This brings his total delegate count to 823 compared to Bernie Sanders at 663. Sanders needs just over 1,000 delegates to get to the 1,991 he needs to win the nomination. North Dakota and Washington remain too close to call this morning. After winning the majority of the states last night and on Super Tuesday, it appears Biden has all the momentum. He spoke at a campaign event in Philadelphia. He told Sanders supporters that it is time to come together and defeat President Trump.
And I want to thank Bernie Sanders and his supporters for their tireless energy and their passion. We share a common goal, and together, we'll defeat Donald Trump. We'll defeat him together.
There is no word on whether Senator Sanders is considering to drop out of the race at this time. Biden and Sanders are scheduled to debate on Sunday in Phoenix with no live audience due to coronavirus fears. 12 News will remain your election headquarters as Ohio, Florida, Illinois, and Arizona will be up for grabs next Tuesday. Now over to Jeff.
Dealing with warm temperatures and a little bit of fog this morning. Looks like the next few days will be warm and dry. We'll check out your 7-day coming up.